Hungary is usually not a nation that's played tall. It has a lot of farmlands, grasslands which are good terrain for development, but its mission tree and ideas are expansion and military focused. However, some might not know this, but Hungary since 1.37 update is a formable nation. That's why I think starting as Croatia and forming Hungary while adopting some interesting decisions can make it a skyscraper tall nation, especially in later parts of the campaign after you finish a few idea sets. Let's see if we can make this work. Okay, so this is our starting situation as Croatia. We don't generate any monarch points from our ruler because we start with an interregnum just as our overlord Hungary basically. One important thing to note is that we have a truce with Brandenburg, Bohemia, Poland and the Ottomans until 1449. So pretty much to get our independence supported we will need to wait for 5 years. And in these 5 years we want to try and improve relations with nations such as the Ottomans, Poland. I see Bohemia also hates Hungary, so we can improve with them. And Austria is very unlikely in this case. Okay, we're gonna recruit a couple of units until our force limit, and let's manage our estate. Now, usually you would want to keep your influence low so that you can get more crownlands back with the conquest, but the thing is that we will have to wait for 5 years anyways, so I would prefer to get 50% loyalty for all of the estates. So I'm gonna do a full setup here, plus 1 mana points of course. We're gonna go with oversight, religious diplomats, supremacy over the crown. We can also go for nobility officer rights to get a general. Let's grab the loans. It's actually not too bad because we have 20 ducat loans, so we can get 100 ducats. Promote burghers bookkeeping is a must, and I suppose some additional trade power. 45, 51, 55. Okay, we can grant one more privilege. Let's go with the free enterprise, and that will do for now. Let's see if we can get a good general, hopefully. 4 shock and 1 siege. Okay, that's not bad. Now we're also going to disable our army maintenance and just mothball our ships and get some advisors. We generate 1.65 ducats monthly, so we can afford to have a military advisor. Actually, don't really care which one we get here. We can set our national focus to mill as well, so that we get to level 4 ahead of Hungary, or at least at the same time. And it would be awesome to get an improved relations or diplo reputation advisor, but yeah, a bit unlucky in this case. I think we can roll without one for now, so we save a little bit more money. Basically, it's time to speed 5 until 1449. Just got a 50% cheaper advisor, so I don't mind switching him out. Okay, there we go. We have level 4 mill technology. These guys are still level 3, so let's see if we can do some actual damage before they get it. And we can start claiming some provinces. For example, this is 8 development, this one as well, so let's just make a claim here. It's going to be cheaper for us to core up these provinces that we have claims on. And it's the 11th of November, which means we can just go ahead and get more crownlands. First of all, let's complete one of these agendas. I want to have 50% loyalty for nobility, so what I'm going to do is just take this amazing privilege right here, nobility right for diet call, and we're just going to automatically complete it. So this way we don't even have to deal with any rebels. So let's see. We actually have 2 nations that would support us, Bohemia and Poland, so that's more than we need actually. This is perfect. Unfortunately, we did not get the Ottomans. What's the situation? Oh, I guess, yeah, this is why Ottomans don't want to support us. They're at 2 separate wars. They actually declared one on Georgia, and they supported one of the Timurids' vassal. Hungary has alliance with Austria and Ferrara, so that's a bit annoying, but that's expected. Look at this, man. Austria allied Hungary and Aragon, so we outnumber them quite a bit, but obviously we want to get some more troops in my case, a Hashduk's mercenary company has 6 shock, so this is the one that I'm getting for sure. Is this going to be enough? Probably not, so I'm going to recruit a couple more regular units as well, so we have at least an army that potentially could beat up Hungary if we catch them off guard. Okay guys, our units are ready and Hungary actually declared a war on Bosnia. I mean, that doesn't really stop us. We will still declare on them. We just need to send them an insult because we have good relations now. Okay, there we go. 12th of April. Let's do it. Of course, we're gonna go ahead and boost our stability back up. Let's do it twice. And let's complete a couple of missions. Trust for free allies and Croatian independence, which is going to restore our legitimacy a little bit and give us prevalent claims. And let's grab this advisor. Unfortunately, our ruler that we got is absolute garbage, so hopefully we can later on disinherit him, but it's gonna be tough. The start of the game is gonna be a little bit tough. I don't know, maybe we can try and go for pest. Let's see how that works out. And of course, we're gonna go ahead and enable defensive edict in our capital. Maybe this is going to work in our favor that they declared on Bosnia, because they're also fighting Serbia and Sicily, so if they stick on their forts, that's amazing. And Austria for a while is gonna stay on level 3, so if they don't engage with their entire army, we can handle them. They have 20,000 and they split it in 2 different formations. In the meantime, let's just improve relations with our neighbors, such as Venice. I would improve with the Papal State, but later on we will be switching our religion, so the Papal points really don't matter that much. So maybe I'm just going to spy on Bosnia if they don't get annexed. Okay, so we got an heir, he's okay-ish. And we can actually spawn 7 rebels. Now, I would love if these guys would just go on this province so we can pop them and our enemies would deal with them. But maybe they're going to... Oh, no, no, no. Ferrara, why are you here, bro? Why are you here? Poland, maybe you can come help? I kind of want to stick here, but yeah, we kind of also need Poland's support. Yeah, they're not going to that province. Let's pop the rebels anyways. Maybe they will walk into them. Yes, my minions, that's right, siege down VN. That would be a massive fort for us to get. As we're about to get pest here, and indeed Austrians are dealing with our rebels, so that's good. Yes, we got it, 299 days, we got it. I'm really afraid that AI is super stupid in this game and they actually have a chance of walking away from this siege, so I'm just going to send my own soldiers down there so we can secure this. And then we're gonna go after the Austrians in our capital. Come on, don't let these guys take this back before we get VN. Don't do it, man. I command you, don't do it. We gotta be in. We gotta be in, boys. So what's our situation now? We can actually go ahead and peace out Austria. And I don't mind doing that. So we're gonna take war-ups and a tiny bit of money. 77 ducats. Amazing. Hungary is absolutely wrecked. And from here, this war is actually going to be pretty chill. Like, these guys have 21,000, but pretty much no more manpower. Maybe we can chase around and show them who's the real boss of the Balkans. So the war is done, but before we peace Hungary out, we're going to curry favors with Poland and Bohemia because we want to keep these alliances. And if we cannot trade favors into trust, then they would break it off. Until then, we can just disable our army, disable our fort, apparently lose legitimacy. And now Hungary is actually the incorporated personal union of Austria, so next time we fight them, we will have to deal with Austria, which is a bit annoying. But here we go, this war is finished. So the peace deal will look like this. We are taking obviously independence, then we will take these 2 provinces because they are Orthodox and we are going to convert our religion. So this will allow us to pop the religious rebels, and we're going to take a little line over here so we can release a subject. And initially I was planning to take the gold mine directly for myself, but once again I will be releasing a different subject from this province. If we want to take money, only like 1/6 of that is going to us. So instead we're just going to take war reparations. And that's going to do it. This is 90 aggressive expansion, but not to worry, there's no collision from this. And this run is not going to be where we expand a lot. We just want to get rid of Hungary because otherwise we cannot form it. So we do have to take as much stuff as we can. Okay, next up what we can do is encourage development cost in Slavonia, and we will be developing these provinces a couple of times. We need 10 development in 3 of the provinces. And this, guys, will allow us to complete the mission, which is why we started the campaign as Croatia, because we can do ghosty guests, reducing the development cost by 5% until the end of the game. Okay, we have 15% crown lands. I'm actually going to sell titles, and then we're also going to concentrate some development and obviously get a little bit of crown lands back. Next up, we can go to diplomacy. We can release our 2 subjects that we wanted to release. We can also go ahead and pick strong duchies privilege. And let's not forget to trade the favors with our allies. There we go. As you can see, they lost 20 trust. So with them having 35, they will not break the alliance, at least not for this reason. We will see. Maybe Bohemia is going to still break it because I believe they desire some of these provinces that we took. Yeah, so they have vital interest over here and in the province of Somogi, but actually in none of the provinces that we took, so maybe we can keep it. Our tier 2 government reform is going to be curtail noble privileges, and we can also go ahead and reduce our war exhaustion and core all of the provinces. Now guys, our force limit has increased a little bit, so we're going to get a couple more units. And we're also going to fix our economic situation. We have to repay these 1% loans because we can replace them with much bigger loans now. In this way, we will not need to lose a lot of money to interest. We can repay all of this crap. Time to pick our new rivals. It's going to be Wallachia. Let's go with Austria and let's go with Serbia. Can we get this alliance yet? No, we cannot ally Venice yet. I guess we can try for it later. In the meantime, we will be improving relations with Burgundy. Maybe we can get the inheritance. Let's also improve a little bit with Poland. Now, quite important stuff. Even though we don't want to expand yet, it doesn't stop us from starting new wars. We can go for a humiliate rival war with Wallachia. And basically, we're going to use this to get a lot of monarch points, to get a lot of power projection. Bosnia is actually going to be nice enough and give us mill access, which is great. We can quickly wipe out Herzegovina. Oh, he's here. Okay. Hello there, little fella. Oh my god, I hate this event. I hate this crap. Yeah, so this was quick. Let's go after Wallachia. Nice, the last jousting tournament until 1475. And looking in our truce, we have it until 1470, so we will have 5 years where we can use that in the next war. It's gonna be pretty important considering we will have to fight a ton of nations, not only Austria. They're also allied with Aragon. Why wouldn't they? Nah, we're gonna need some good allies, man. We're gonna need either Venice or even the Ottomans. I think it's possible to get Ottomans for us. Like, maybe we can even bump up the relations by scornfully insulting Austria. Nice, let's go. The Iberian wedding happened super early, so Aragon is now under the PO with Castile, and obviously they're no longer allied with Austria. Well, let's just hope that they won't get some crazy alliances to replace that, because this is actually amazing. Now imagine the game just F's around with us and it gives the Burgundian inheritance over to Austria. That would suck. I'm gonna try to get it myself. Okay, so this is done, guys. Now obviously we're going to show strength, and this is a lot of monarch points. But we're not stopping there, let's keep going. Actually, we have a little bit of a rebel problem, so we're going to at least beat this 13,000 stack before starting the next war. There we go. Ottomans are friendly. I think I will get them instead of Venice. They also rival Austria, so that's going to be good. I also want to point out another cool thing that you can do as Croatia, especially if you're going for this type of campaign, playing tall. If you get some of these Dalmatian provinces, have in total 10 or less provinces, switch your culture, you can form Dalmatia and use their ideas because they have 5% dev cost reduction in their idea set, and only then you can form Hungary. It would be even better for playing tall, but it requires more steps, and I want to do a bit more basic strategy this time. To be honest, Croatia is really versatile because of this Ghosty Guests mission. I was even at one point considering to go Croatia into Tuscany because, as you know, Florence is a good playing tall nation. And you would basically have Florence with additional development cost reduction. Okay, so we have this stuff cored up. We can make this a state, we can reduce autonomy, and actually full core it. And we can pop the religious rebels. Now we're just going to reduce our missionary maintenance because we don't actually want to convert these provinces. But here, as you can see, we have the Orthodox Zealots now. Now it's going to take quite a while until they have 50% progress, which is when we can pop them. So until that happens, we can go for another humiliation war. Would be nice to have the gold mine in Kosovo, not gonna lie, but let's not expand too much, at least early on. Let's not mess with the aggressive expansion because we want to have this next Hungary war go smoothly. So this is also good enough. Let's take out Bosnia first. There we go, should be a good wipe. And indeed it was. Well, this was very quick. I will take some money of you. And the Serbians should be falling. Nice, let's go, man. I'm so far really loving this start. Matter of fact, we will need a ton of admin points, so let's not forget to switch to admin focus in another 6 years. We really need to keep an eye on this. We are once again able to show strength, and we already have 89 power projection. Because we stay above 50, we get one of each monarch points monthly, and our morale of armies is greatly boosted. Next up, we want to get Renaissance. It's already available in the province of Pest, and this is why it's a super good province to take, because you get Renaissance here very quickly. Now, if we were to embrace it, it's actually not enough. We have only 7% of total development here. So an easy way to fix this is to just encourage development, and we're going to invest some mill points. And it's actually very good to do this, because it's also a Hungarian province, and to form Hungary, we will need to have either Hungarian or Transylvanian culture as our main one. So we're actually just going to promote it right now. We're going to only develop the Hungarian provinces. There it is, guys. It's 178 decades to embrace it. So how we're getting this money? We're just going to exploit tax development real quick. Boom, there we go. That's a lot of money, and it's even cheaper now. We already have level 5 military and level 5 diplo. Now we can actually just go ahead and reduce autonomy in all of our provinces to increase our economy. And how is this looking? 30% so far. So we're just going to beat these rebels, and we're going to pop the Orthodox ones. Now let's not forget, we spent a lot of money for this Renaissance, so what we can do is just offer it to someone. Unfortunately, in my case, no one really wants to accept it apart from our subjects. But maybe if we wait a little bit, there is going to be a bigger nation that wants it. Here we go. We also have the alliance with Burgundy. We just need the royal marriage as well. Let's maybe make a claim here because we have some spy network. I think I'm not going to wait and kill the rebels now. Provoke revolt, because we need to do all of this in 10 years. And it's not guaranteed that we will be able to embrace the religion with our first Orthodox Zealot set, because sometimes these rebels are just reckless and they go through enemy lands and get destroyed. I've had this happen many times. But hey, now we're good. And to make sure that our vassals don't mess with this, we're also going to set their focus to passive, so this should make them to return to their provinces. Yeah, indeed, as you can see, Nitra is returning to their lands, so they won't mess with the rebels. And we ourselves will go to the province of Rijeka, somewhere very far away from the rebels as well. Another thing we want to do is disable our forts, so that they can occupy them quickly. And boom, we can provoke revolt. Have fun, guys. Hopefully they're gonna go straight for our capital after this province. Each time they occupy these provinces, we're losing crown lands, so our situation is not going to be the best, to be honest. But hey, this is a very, very good event. I love this. We needed this legitimacy badly. What the hell is going on here? Oh yeah, see? Bohemia, they're not very happy about the fact that we took the provinces from Hungary, so they don't want to keep the alliance anymore. It's over. We can spend the remaining 10 favors before they break this alliance, and we can actually get some ducats from them. Okay, these guys are going straight for the capital. Good. Okay, these guys maybe can try and continue converting. We ourselves will just go and unsiege some stuff. Okay, actually after this province, I will just accept the demands. There we go, that's definitely enough. Let's accept their demands. So our new state religion is Orthodox, and we lost a ton of crown lands to clergy. That is the worst part. We're down to 1% crown lands, so we pretty much need to wait 2 more years, and we need to cease to return this to a normal level. Or we can just continue developing our provinces. But it would be better for us to only develop once we have 10% patriarch authority and we're able to select the icon of Christ Pantocrator. Good thing is that we can consecrate Metropolitan in the states that have 30 dev and the religion is all Orthodox. So this is going to give us 5, but this is the only state where we can do that. We can get another 5 if we go for institutionalized patriarchs, but I don't really want to do it because patriarchs have such a high influence right now. But anyways, we can now enable missionary maintenance and we can actually start converting the remaining provinces. There's only 5 remaining ones left. Hey, there we go. We're getting another 5 patriarch authority. And now we can actually get level 5 admin technology. And our first idea group is gonna be innovative ideas. Hear me out, guys. I never picked this idea group. This is probably my second time ever picking this in one of my videos, because I did pick it as, if I remember correctly, Florence a super long time ago. But this is basically going to allow us to boost up our innovativeness to 100, which in return will give us all powers cost minus 10%, which is also including development cost reduction. Our second idea group is going to be aristocratic with 5% dev cost, and our third one in infrastructure with another 10. So with all of that, and with our mission ghosty guests, we already have 30%, and of course we have the icon of Christ Pantocrator with 10%, so this is 40. If you go the Dalmatian path, you can have 45, and this makes Hungary a super strong playing tall nation, but this is not all. There's more juicy stuff that you will see later. I think it's time to develop because of our crown situation. So obviously we want to develop the Hungarian provinces. Let's go. Let's get best up to 30 development. Why not? And we already have 5% crown lands, less debuffs. Once we seize lands in 1 year, we will have 10% and our situation is going to be pretty good. Now thinking about it, we probably should have converted pest before developing, but that's fine. We will later on convert it anyways. And I would love to have a missionary strength advisor, to be honest. Nice, the Ottomans want knowledge sharing. That's a lot of money for us. I did forget to set the national focus, didn't I? Okay, at least it's been only a couple of years. We can now get more admin points. And hey, we can actually start the golden era. Let's also grab aggressive expansion impact reduction. Are the Ottomans at war now? No, they're at peace. They're not helping us. They have a huge debt. But the good thing is that it's 41 for 57, so it's fixable. At least it is fixable. We just need to ask them to prepare for war. Quickly, let's seize more lands. Level 6 military is going to be super good. Oh, we're not gonna wait a single moment. We're going for it. Let's make this our reconquest of Pozsony because this is the highest developed province. And let's go. Poland, Ottomans, I summon you. How many troops these guys have? 35? They actually don't have manpower, which is a bit bad. But Poland and Lithuania, they have another 50,000. Austria is still for now level 5, which is also good. And of course, guys, we can now go ahead and grab a different icon because we have 10% patriarch authority. You can get a lot of this through events, so that's good. We are going to grab the discipline. We don't have a good... We can get the morale of armies advisor. I'm actually interested if we go into the ledger. How's the situation here looking? We're a bit above morale and discipline with Austria. And Ottomans are pretty much on our level, so that's also decent. Poland is doing not too bad. Oh wow, Hungary is going for our vassal. I'm not gonna allow this to happen. Get wrecked. New gov reform. I don't know, man. Which one do we go for? The age edicts, they're decent, but only for the Age of Discovery. The next one is kind of crap. I think we're just gonna roll with decentralized bureaucracy for more loyalty and more promoted cultures. Speaking of which, we already have 41% development of Hungarian provinces. Maybe we should just quickly unstate this. I'm thinking about it. Maybe let's do it. Because this is now 55, and we have Hungarian as our main culture. And we're just going to state this back and record it up. It's only like 80 admin points that we lost. It's nothing. It's time to beat some Austrians and Moldovans. Mayor boys. Lithuania, very risky moves. Very risky moves. Considering 40,000 units are coming here. Why are you going back? Dude, just get the hell away from here. Oh my god, he's actually locked. I cannot believe the AI. Next level strats. Okay, at least we were able to win one of our battles. Oh my god, the Ottomans are actually wrecking everybody. Now that's what I like to see. Do all the work for us. And we have innovativeness gain plus 50% from our second innovative idea. This is a super important one. And the next one is equally important because we're gonna get tech cost minus 10%. So we're gonna save a ton of monarch points. Poland occupied this one province, so we won't be able to take it. But the thing is that we cannot full annex Hungary anyways, so they're not able to occupy the provinces which are the cores of our vassals, and that's the main thing that we want to take in this specific war. We're not getting the support, are we? Can we get some support here? Poland, do you want to come over? Because we're probably gonna get engaged on. Oh my god, they're so scary. They're so scary. They have 35k. They have endless manpower because they're the emperor. Please, we need Wien. It would be pretty big. And we actually have it. That's great. This might be a wipe over here. We cannot peace out anybody yet. Maybe it's time to try and go for nations like Baden, Ingolstadt. Just maybe occupy their capitals real quick. Like Ingolstadt, we can peace out without even occupying their capital, so that's good. Same with Baden. Now that I actually don't mind, this is a good trade. We don't have Patriarch Authority right now, so we can just take stability instead of it. And guys, Lorraine is the only nation that is left that is not a subject of Austria. Time to get rid of the mercenaries, we cannot afford to have them. We can get the third idea. Oh crap, that just happened. Burgundy is now a junior partner of Austria. There's another 40,000 units in this war. And we're not even nearly done with this. Well, that's annoying. But yeah guys, call me crazy, I'm not going to alt F4 for that. We didn't get the Burgundian inheritance, so be it. I'm really enjoying EU4 more when I don't, you know, get all the positive events and outcomes every time. Like if you're going to alt F4 to get everything going positive for you, then you might as well just cheat. Oh, that's pretty insane, they're walking around with 30k stack. And we're not able to protect. Oh god. But we have 92%. We have 92%. This might be enough. So obviously we're gonna take all of the cores. Donji Kraji is actually a part of our state, so I don't appreciate Austrians having it. And we could even take a province to release Wallachia from. This is 8 development, this is 8, 13, 8. I think that's good enough. That's like 40 dev right here in these remaining 4 provinces. Yeah, we're definitely going to need some war reparations. And I don't know, maybe just a couple more provinces. Doesn't really matter which ones, we just need to take stuff from Hungary. We can take this, isolate them completely. Yeah boys, we're done. It was a really tough war. It was very annoying that Burgundy got in here. To be honest, that's pretty wild, but we could get a separate peace deal with Burgundy. What happened here? They're in the HRE. Oh yeah, okay, they selected the peace option where they basically released all the... Okay, that makes sense. Okay, at least we don't need to actually fight. I'm not gonna go for it. This would extend the war by quite a bit. This is actually more than enough. Thank you so much. This is beautiful. Well, in terms of borders, maybe not so beautiful, but in terms of stuff that we took, that's really good. We have a civil war. I don't think it's gonna trigger. We just need to manage our overextension, and we will do that. First of all, let's start by releasing Wallachia. There we go. And now guys, we can start integrating our vassals as well. Let's do both of them. They don't have much liberty desire, so we can just go ahead and take the nobility integration policy right now. And we're going to take the acquire subjects mission 2. 100 diplo points and diplo annexation cost minus 15%. Guys, we have 19 loans. We're pretty much forced to sell titles. I don't really want to do it, but we got to. Let's repay at least a couple of loans, and our current loans are 74 ducats each. It's not a huge improvement over the last ones we had, so I'm not going to refinance, but at least we're reducing this to 15. I'm honestly just going to invest a little bit of mill power to bump up our legitimacy, so this way we don't have the disaster anymore. It's very easy to get rid of it, and we can probably go for Serbia now, since we don't have to care about that. I really would love... I really don't want to expand that much in this run, because it's supposed to be a playing tall run, but the gold mine is super beneficial. And I gotta say, I love the fact that they only have one fort in their pretty massive nation. They own most of Bosnia too. Their lands are not protected whatsoever, so it's easy for the taking. So when it comes to aggressive expansion, absolutely nobody gives a damn. We're gonna pay a tiny bit of Diplo points, and of course we're gonna have a little bit of overextension, but it's not too much, so it's very good. It's very good. The Ottomans kinda despise us for that, but we can still improve relations with them. We're not going to lose this alliance. Gotta say, I love this alliance at Poland and Ottomans. Two best historical friends. We could probably get an alliance with France, to be honest, as well. And they have Naples. Wow, that's a massive alliance. It's Scotland, Brittany, Switzerland, Genoa. Look, what the hell, man. And they also have a subject. How many relations do they have? And alright, guys, we have integrated our subjects. So there's a bunch of new states that we can make. For now, I'm not going to full core that, but we're going to full core Kosovo. And we just need a tiny bit more patriarch authority, so now we can actually take institutionalized clergy because we have a decent level of influence. And we can take another 5, which means we have the icon of Christ Pantocrator with dev cost reduction. We also have a burgers loyalty of 60. We can start developing stuff very cheap. And we're gonna start developing Kosovo. It's 34 points. We can use up a little bit of admin and mill, expand infrastructure, and the rest of the development we will be able to do with Diplo points. We are now one of the great powers, as Croatia in 1480. Good to see, good to see. We also have a super good alliance with France. Now we're actually unbeatable. And guys, remember, after we integrate our subjects, we start with 60% autonomy in these lands, so it's definitely time to start reducing autonomy in all of our provinces. That's gonna be a pretty big boost. Oh wow, that's pretty good. The province of Serum gets prospering times, and it's a grain province, so we're gonna invest in rural infrastructure. Like, I wish we got this in a fort province, because this receives local defensiveness plus 100%. That's pretty big. I think it's actually even worth to get rid of this Hills Fort and just replace it with the Farmlands Fort, because this just has 106% fort defense. It's insane. There we go, we're finally making cash as we have bumped up Kosovo to 10 base production. And we're gonna do the same with our second gold mine. And also, let's go ahead and consecrate some metropolitans in our states now. We converted quite a bit of stuff. If we check the religion, we have 76% religious unity. A lot of these provinces are now Orthodox. Guys, we have 164 ducat loans, so it's definitely time to start taking some out and replace the old ones. We're gonna go from 18 loans after replacing this to just 9 loans. Once again, we can go ahead and exploit tax development to get a ton of cash. And I'm gonna use this opportunity to strengthen our lands. We're going to replace the fort, as I said. Delete this one, get the one in 100% fort defense province. And we also need to protect Kosovo, so we can get one in the mountains here or in the hills. But in the mountains we have 30%, so we're gonna build one here. Nitra is already protected by Trenton, so that's good. And let's maybe accept a couple more cultures. We can go for Serbian, and later on we will accept Transylvanian and Slovak. Although we only have one space, so we can probably just get rid of Dalmatian at some point. Are these cores even expiring? 1494, there's not that much time left. Maybe we should just use the Ottomans and take them. We have 6 years until the war with Hungary. Yeah, please guys, prepare for war. Oh man, oh no, they actually have more debt now. Oh crap, now we cannot really do that without Ottomans, because they have Castile on their side. Oh nice, champion of the joust. 25 legitimacy or 100 tradition. Now what do we need more? 19 legitimacy? Our army tradition is not that high, to be honest, and our generals suck, so let's try it. I usually don't have good luck with this, but let's see. Yeah, it definitely was not worth it. It's crap. Okay, we have 2 years, or we can just delay the Hungarian war. I really want to go for the reconquest. I don't want to be losing these scores. Let's drag in the Ottomans and let's quickly go. We're not gonna go for a ton of war scores, just need to take these 2 provinces realistically. I guess this is also a part of our state, so we can take this. Nice, now we're back on track. We have a level 7 admin and we can go for our second idea group. Level 8 is coming soon, so I'm actually not gonna go for the ideas. We will upgrade our technology first. What in the world? The great power of France is intervening in our Croatian reconquest, and they're on our side. I honestly could not remember when was the last time that this happened. This did happen when I played Serbia before and France intervened, but on the wrong side, and basically ruined our war. And I believe it was also with Venice. So maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's something about Venice that the great powers want to intervene. Our truce just ended with Austria. Well, they will have to wait a little bit. Whoa, nice, let's go. For 10 years, morale of armies. Sure, I would love that. And guys, let's make sure that we use our innovative ideas efficiently. We're gonna grab this technology a bit ahead of time because we get 6 more innovativeness. There's a bunch of nations that want to leave the war now. And we can even force religion on them. Welcome to our club. We're gonna make Europe Orthodox. This is actually sickening. Venice has 51,000 units. It's not even 1500s. What's happening, man? How are they so strong? Like, even the Ottomans only have 53,000, so somehow they're matching their power. Maybe Venice was buffed too much. Yeah, I think we're good to go. We don't need to push this further. We peace out everybody except for Castile, and we can take the 3 provinces that we wanted. Let's not continue it. We can now complete the mission Reconquer Dalmatia. 20 prestige and permaclaims on Ragusa. Thank you. And basically, we are ready for our next war with Austria. And this time we have Poland and France. France is such a good ally, man. We weren't talking much about Muscovy in this run, but also let's respect them with 73,000 units. They're not doing too bad, you could say. You know what? I actually would not mind to get an alliance with them, and specifically for the fact that they don't have an heir right now. For now, let's just secure this royal marriage, know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to switch out the icon. I don't think we need discipline this time. Like, we crippled them. They only have 44k right now. We're not doing that bad in comparison. We can definitely use a couple more cannons. And I don't think we're gonna need that much spy network for the siege ability. We can just make some additional claims. So this way we pay less to core these provinces up. And yeah, let's go. We are good to go. Take some of that, the Hungarians. I'm talking as if we are not going to be the Hungarians shortly. But we're gonna be the stronger Hungarians. Guys, super easy work. Compared to the previous wars that we had with Austria and Hungary, this was just a piece of cake. It has a lot to do with France just being a more competent ally than what we had before. Some of these guys will be joining us in our religion, but for example, Lorraine is a little too big for that. So you can just give us a little bit of a tribute. And by forcing these religions, we actually made the Orthodox religion tier 3 now, so there's more bonuses if we were to become the defender of faith later on. We add 10 more nations, then it gets another upgrade. Now obviously we're going to full annex Hungary. I'm gonna leave Wallachia for now because we're gonna go for a reconquest. I actually wanna continue messing with Austria, so we're just going to release Styria from the province of Graz. So let's go ahead and take that. We could actually return the course to Wallachia, to be honest, but that's actually a bit too much aggressive expansion. Like, this is a bit too much. I don't want to mess with that. If we don't do that, then it's healthy. It's only 4 nations. We don't care about that. So we're just going to take a little bit of war reparations. If I can find that, there we go. I guess just transfer trade power. I really don't care about the money. This is enough. Amazing, guys. Super, super nice borders. Now we're obviously going to release the vassal of Styria. And as you can see, guys, we have the option to form a Hungarian nation, which wasn't there before 1.37. All you need is these specific cored provinces and either Hungarian or Transylvanian as your primary culture. We just need to core this up. Poland does not like us anymore, and I completely understand that. Well, Muscovy is gonna be our next buddy. Guys, there we go, the big moment. In 1496, we are able to form the Hungarian nation. We will have new traditions and ambitions. We will enact the Apostolic Kingdom Tier 1 government reform and have the access to Order of the Dragon local organization. If you watched my Romania video that I recently did, then you know what this order is about. It's actually a really good one. Awesome, okay. So we're going to switch out the Croatian ideas. I don't really like them that much. I think the Hungarian ones are better. And obviously this is what we have as Hungary. Cav compatibility, yearly army tradition decay reduction, national armies reduction, we have manpower modifier, discipline, tax modifier, and 25% reduction on gold depletion chance. So it's actually pretty good to have a lot of gold provinces. Speaking of which, we have a super insane monument in Nitra. We're gonna definitely rush to upgrade this next, because this is further on going to reduce our gold depletion chance, monthly gold inflation modifier, even interest per annum, and give us a ton of base production. Gold rush event will give us 2 years of income. It's just one of the best monuments in the game. And then, of course, we have production efficiency. We have trade modifier. Heretic and heathen provinces will no longer give us any penalties. This is a pretty decent one. And we also have cap to infantry ratio. So not the perfect ideas, but they're pretty good for military. Obviously, it doesn't really help us out in the playing tall team. So once again, if you can form a different nation with some development cost reduction before forming Hungary and while still starting as Croatia, then even better. Now, we can replace our government reforms. Wait, were we not supposed to get like the Apostolic Kingdom or something like that? So this might actually be bugged. I'm not sure if it is or it's supposed to be like that. But yeah, let's go with the feudal nobility. This is interesting. Extend the Unio Trium Nationum. It would reduce our national unrest. It would increase the nobility loyalty equilibrium. Give us more nobility max privileges. But I think I'm just gonna stick with curtail noble privileges. And we keep the rest the same. So yeah, we don't have this tier 1 government reform. Anyways, we don't have the Order of Dragon because of that. But we still have access to a bunch of new missions. Starting with a strong economy. This is going to give us 130 ducats. If Pest has a production building, then it gets upgraded. It doesn't. We need to build a workshop. Let's get some money. Workshop in. And just to be safe, I'm gonna wait until it's actually built because you never know how these missions work. We have a bit of inflation actually, so this is going to help us. We lose free inflation, we get local gold depletion chance modifier minus 50 in Nitra. And we would gain 2 base production if our total income, it would be 40% from gold. It's not even close to that. Is this a call for us to upgrade our gold monuments even more before clicking that mission? Because I'm down to do that, to be honest. Looks like we will have to rival Poland for one of the missions as well. So I'm just going to replace one of these. Let's go. Poland is in here. We can do the old alliances. Well, not so much of an alliance, is it? There's no way for us to be friends with them. We couldn't keep it. Anyways, we are gonna get some permaclaims. Wallachia and Moldavia. We have control Moldavia, more permaclaims, and we get some manpower and years of separatism loss in Moldavia. We don't own it, so I guess we don't want to complete it yet. For now, let's do the missions here below. We get 5% crown, so that's good. Permaclaims Moravia, Silesia, Lusatia. Diplo reputation, permaclaims on Istria and Dalmatia, and 5 owned provinces of Croatian culture will receive 1 random development. How do we weaken Austria? Oh, Austria needs to not exist. Or be a subject of ours. Or we can also remove them from the H3 emperorship. I guess there's many ways on how we could complete it. Oh, that would be pretty good. We could get the personal union Casus Belli. And guys, don't be surprised that I'm checking out all of these missions like in depth. I actually haven't played Hungary one time since 1.37, so this is my first time playing Hungary. We just need to take 5 provinces from Bohemia and we can also get the PU over them. I mean, we got some good stuff in here. We can make a super playing tall nation and also have a couple of personal unions. Okay, we have the workshop built, so let's do a strong economy now. It's pretty difficult to bump up the gold so much that it would be 40% of our total income. I'm not gonna push for it, screw that, do development. Okay, next up we have the great city of Buda. Some local trade power modifier, local tax, yearly tax, and we can actually change the production in province of Pest. It's now grain, so it's not that great. We can produce glass, iron, copper, cloth. We're gonna go with cloth just because of the fact that it reduces development cost. Local development cost minus 10%. Oh my goodness. Decline of royal power. We would be increasing tech and idea cost by 25% until the death of our ruler. Well, I guess that's not for too long because he's 65. Or we can lose free stability and get 15 rebels. Honestly, guys, I really don't care about going with the first option considering his age, sure. And this is actually pretty insane, like, we already have 45% crownlands. And you saw, guys, at the start of the campaign, we were struggling quite bad. Apparently, Hungary actually has a ton of rebel events, and I don't really appreciate that. Screw you, rebel scum. Okay, we will also need to develop some of the provinces with centers of trade for one of our missions, so let's go ahead and do that. We have a ton of points, and we're still way ahead with the technology, so we don't really have to save them up yet. Guys, we need 5 more development in the province of Torda. It's super cheap. At 15 dev, it's 27 points. And here we have it, 20 development. So because we have at least 3 cities with at least 20 dev and centers of trade in the region of Carpathia, we get develop free royal towns. This unlocks the burghers estate privilege, expand the free royal towns, affecting all of our provinces in this region with centers of trade and 20 dev, and they will have +1 possible number of manufactories, 50% more local goods produced, and 10% local dev cost modifier reduction. Okay, we're maxed out here, but we can get rid of something like the burghers' monopoly rights, and we can get this amazing new privilege, expand the free royal towns. Boom, there we go. There's one more privilege that we can get with the clergy, development of temples. Unfortunately, this is going to make that the clergy doesn't lose crownland share from developing provinces, but it does offer quite a nice loyalty equilibrium boost, so we can revoke this later on. It does give us local development cost -5% with provinces with temples. So we have one here in this province, which is the center of trade, which has 20 development. So now at 20 development with the edict, it's 24 points to dev this. And if we take a look into the development map mode, we have some very green provinces here. If we continue going, it's gonna get more and more greener. We reached the 1500, guys. If you want to see this run continued, make sure to click the like button, drop a comment, and if this video gets enough support, I will continue it. So yeah, see you next time. Massive thanks to Tier 1 YouTube members Lex, MangyMinotaur, ScaldabagnoBlu, Kutay, and mickw. Tier 2 members Whale Biologist, Lazar, and RogueRhino, as well as Tier 1 Patreon supporters Lazar and Nikolas, Tier 2 supporter Bean Machine. I'm super thankful for your support.